One person was killed after a single vehicle car accident in Gallia County. The Ohio State Highway Patrol responded to a one vehicle crash that happened on State Route 850 last night at 7:49. According to a release from the Highway Patrol, 35-year-old Jeremy Morehart of Bidwell, Ohio was traveling south when he drove off the right side of the road. He overcorrected, crossed the roadway, and continued off the left side of the road. The car struck a sign and a ditch, causing it to overturn. Morehart was ejected from the vehicle and the vehicle struck another sign. Morehart was pronounced dead at the scene. He was not wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. The crash remains under investigation.